Next up, we have Field of Memories by Waterflame, featured in Geometry Dash, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever button you use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server, subscribe to the gaming channel, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream, members getting early access to the content. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitared, so please keep that in mind. Oh, this is also, what, Stick War Legacy? Oh, I don't know what that is. With that, let's do this. Field of Memories, let's go. Okay, so we start with a bass drum, sound of thunder, like just carrying on and staying there. We have a synth giving us that initial melody, very, very long melody with a fairly long initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the CDSs from which everything else comes from. Now, the downside of a longer motif is that making variations for it is going to be difficult, because then you have to chop down the motif. The better motifs that you can get, or some of the easier to handle motifs, not better, but easier to handle motifs, are going to be shorter motifs. For example, here is the most famous motif in the history of music. That's the motif. That's the entire thing. That is the entire motif that Beethoven then uses to create 40 plus minutes of some of the best music this world has ever seen. What do? We do sequencing, we do like variations, we change the distance between the notes. That kind of thing, right? So you're having different variations of this, and then longer motifs become a lot more difficult to mess around with, because if you have a motif this short, then that means other variations of this, it's 3 notes, or it's 4 notes. You can do a lot more with 4 notes. But then you bring, for example, what is a F major, the motif from the F major invention by Bach, right? That is the motif, and it's a very, very long motif. And he then makes inventions out of that, and it's incredible, but it's because it's Bach. But it's very difficult to be able to write variations for longer motifs than it is shorter motifs. So in this case, Waterflame is using a fairly long motif. Let's see where it goes. Imagine I can play the piano, yes. So over here, building before the drums, we use a little bit of sequencing. So sequencing being a way that you can develop your material in which you play a melodic idea and you repeat it from a different starting point. So in this case, this kind of thing, right? So we are having this. If you then sequence it, that means you're going to start that idea again from a different starting point. You play this again from a different starting point. Imagine I can play the piano, right? So we are having that kind of thing, building that up, and let's see where it goes. It's a pianoforte, yes. We have the bass below, we have the drums now. So we are slowly turning down the volume of the main motif. We are giving more of the presence to the bass. The drums and the bass are almost drowning the motif. Bold move, because when you're making music, you want to keep a careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity, too much repetition, too much of the same thing, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. In this case, we are starting to take away the motif. That familiarity, Let's see where it goes. Okay, so we swap it out with a piano elongation of the motif. So, elongation being another way that you can develop your material, in which you do a slower version of something you've done before, either proportional or you just do partial elongations to it. You can do partials or entire, right? So if I were to have, let's say I have this motif over here, I can then do elongations where I just elongate one of the notes, or maybe I do the entire thing, or that kind of stuff, right? So having different variations with different elongations can have this, or I can entirely just change the dynamic of this whole motif by doing maybe some repeated notes. That kind of thing. You can really mess around with different variations. Right now we're doing an elongation. We are now making the rhythm a little bit more even with the piano. Let's see where it goes. Oh, and the initial synth that was carrying the original motif is now doing some arpeggios. Arpeggio, of course, being when you play a chord one note at a time. For example, here's C minor, here's arpeggiation. Here's arpeggiated. Arpeggiation, here it is arpeggiated. So yeah, let's see where this goes. This is moderation. Oh yeah, Neptunite, welcome to Kick. Sometimes it will delete the message once you send it. Sometimes it just doesn't send it at all. Yeah, Kick is a bit rough around the edges, and it has been since it started, and they never fixed it. I mean, they did implement the AI, what's it called, auto moderation, which hit or miss, but better than what Twitch has. So yeah. Anyway, let's see where it goes. Another elongation. Okay, so, and Megumi, I'm sorry to hear that. So yeah, now we are bringing another elongation with an inversion. Inversion, another way that you can develop your material, in which you basically take a melodic idea, you flip it upside down, like putting a mirror above it. So let's say we have this over here. Let's say we have this motif over here. If I were to invert it, I'm basically putting a mirror above it. We are flipping it upside down. And we are now playing this over here. Let's see where this goes. For no reason, it does it a lot yet. Okay, so we switch it up now. We bring back the arpeggios that we were doing back here from the original synth. We are now using a synth, a flute synth for this. We have some violin synths in the background holding down the chords. Let's see where it goes. There's the original motif done on the piano. Okay, original motif brought back with the piano, now done with a doubling with the violins. Doubling being when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing at the same time. Let's see where this goes. And off the ramp we go. Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic definition for this, or at least I'm choosing not to use it for the sake of simplicity. And off the ramp is what I call a particular type of transition that makes your listeners feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land. Kind of like going off a ramp. How do you do this? Remove the drums. Maybe the bass as well. In this case, we are just holding down. We bring in some tubular bells for this. The tubular bells, of course, being these really cool pipes that sound like church bells. They are basically what people use to play like pitched bells. Really cool. They're technically chimes, not so much anything else. They're technically just really, really big chimes. They're really cool, and we're using those. Let's see where this goes. Synth doing some arpeggios. bringing back the... Oh, and the chimes are having an elongated... I think the chimes are doing the elongation of the motif. Very, very slow version. And I think it's doing an inversion of it as well. Elongated inversion. Let's see where it goes. Partial inversion with the chimes now. New version of the motif completely. Still using the same thing. Nice. Variation of that variation. Flute is there. Okay, the flute is not so much doing a set melody, it's more doing a solo. As I said before, when you're making music, you want to keep a careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity, too much repetition, too much of the same thing, you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. There is one universal exception, no matter the style or genre, which is solos. You bring in a solo, and as long as it sounds cool enough or good enough, and it fits enough, you can get away with almost anything. In this case, we bring variations of parts of the motif. We use that. Let's see how it ends. And we end it. We bring back the piano after the flute, and we end it with a ritardando. So, we finish this with a ritardando. Ritardando, yes, this is a real term, this is the actual term, is when you gradually slow down your ensemble. Usually, it's a really good way to finish. Usually, like big orchestral works will often have a ritardando to slow things down so that you can feel the weight of this. In this case, we are giving it this like winding machine is running out of battery kind of thing, and we use that to do one more loop of part of the motif, and we end it there, finish it with some ambient sounds, and there you have it. Field of Memories by Waterflame, featured in Geometry Dash is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here, musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, or any news, like the video, share the video, comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server. That's where everything gets announced first, whether it's the streams going live, the videos going up, the channels, updates, projects, giveaways, everything gets announced there first. Of course, that's where we have the community. We hang out, we chat, we steal memes from other people's servers, claim them as our own, and where I host the Vintage Story community server. It used to be a Minecraft mod. Now it's its own standalone game. I love it. I prefer it. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just really love the game, to the point that I built a PC just to host a server for it, right? Which is available to join via the Discord server of the community. So join the Discord today, become a member of our community, linked in the description. Join the Discord today. Also share these videos with everybody that you know. Use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that, so linked in the description. Help the channel grow. Join the Discord. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs, so become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking a description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the main comment on this video. It has the instructions of what to do. If you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim from Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, 6 p.m. Central Europe. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch, both linked in the description. So, if you live in Granja Vieja, the old farm, and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch. Both are going to show the stream schedule up to date in your local time zone, accounting for daylight savings even. Linked in the description, so yeah. It's there. And subscribe to the gaming channel. Follow the gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings. When they happen, we play games on the second half of the stream, at the after show, and the VODs of which end up over here. Lately, we've been playing through Limbus Company. It's such a fun game. Been doing the best, worst voice acting you've never heard. I'm having such a good time with it. And yeah, every game that we play on stream eventually ends up over here. So subscribe to it, linked in the description, or just search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd. Just up the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah. There you have it. Field of Memories, Waterflame, Geometry Dash. That was really good, man. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.